I think, the period between 2013 to 2020, and I'll speak more on the housing side to start with, was really an aberrational period for India because housing prices first went flat and went down. And on the other side, supply kept climbing. And as we've gone through COVID, we've seen that, a lot of the weaker hands have now decided that this is not the right industry for them. And consequently, one sees, and I would say this is the biggest structural shift in the industry. And we are back to where we used to be historically in India, where supply is trailing demand. And that is fundamentally what has changed in this industry and gives me the confidence that we are at the start of a long-term structural upcycle. And I would say that while India logically should be at 4 million units per annum in the big cities, we won't get there by the end of this decade, but clearly 1 million units per annum on the housing side is very, very possible. And as you see that kind of scale up in housing, not only are you going to see price growth, not only are you going to see investor interest in this sector, but as a corollary of that, you're also going to see that demand is going to pick up in retail, demand is going to be higher for distribution, and so on, because India is going to get wealthier.
This is the first time in my real estate career that I feel that India is an economy worth investing in as a real estate destination. And I think that's partly because of the ongoing formalization of the sector. We're still at the early stages. A lot of that, as Abhishek alluded to, started with the collapse of IL&FS. There was a huge amount of misguided credit. And this is a term that I've borrowed from Abhishek from past conversations. Misguided credit that kind of led to a market that was clearly unsustainable from any stretch of imagination.
Residential, for whatever reasons, have not seen, a good capital stack. And 70 to 80% of real estate market in India is residential. And with the reasons which we discussed, structural changes, consolidation, better governance matrix. So would we, if residential gets capital, possibly we see the bulk of the capital will flow into India. So, will we see more capital coming into residential? It could be in any form of capital stack, equity, mezz, even pure construction finance. Today, majority of the, NBFCs who are lending between 2013 to 2019 have vanished away. We have handful of players who can actually even give a pure, simple construction finance. So this is a huge opportunity.
And I am very, very positive about the fact that, we will keep heading in the right direction. It's not a 5-year race. It's a 30-year journey to becoming a country which would be comparable with the world's, largest democracies. The depth will come. The depth is not something you work towards. You work towards creating, like Chan was mentioning, the right frameworks, the right mindset, the focus on ESG, the continued focus on delivery. Automatically, year by year, as the scale of the each asset class grows, the depth comes in.
I think the one thing that I would like to see is more domestic capital context. And I know it'll create competition for the type of capital I represent, but I think it's very important to broad base the industry and fast track it even further.